If we look at Egypt, our view as Nissan Motor Company is that Egypt has a huge opportunity ahead of it. It's a country with 100 million people. The total TRV last year, although it is lower this year, was 198,000, which is very, very small in relation to a country of 100 million. Production last year was 94,000. Ownership per thousand in Egypt, 62. We have an aging vehicle park and a growth rate last year of 5.6 with the outlook at over 6%. To achieve and realize that, we know the country has very strong, bold and economic reforms. From a Nissan perspective, we see it as a good access to some of the key markets, and very importantly, we believe there's a strong vision for government on industrialization. We believe that the automotive future can be bright, but it does require all stakeholders to work together. If I show you and look at the next slide, I think we must look at the Africa content, especially in relation to the free trade agreement that's coming. And if we look at essentially there are three automotive hubs that exist in Africa: Egypt, South Africa, and Morocco. If we look at the TRV in those markets, Egypt at 198, South Africa at 539, and Morocco at 177. However, the next line is the real telling line, which says that, is Egypt really realizing the true potential of its role in the automotive ecosystem of Africa? Production, 94,000, South Africa at 600,000, and Morocco at 400,000. Very critically, an auto industry will never be built unless there's a significant growth in what we call the feeding industry, or the first-tier suppliers. Today, South Africa has 141 global tier 1 suppliers, Morocco 53, and Egypt has 5 global tier 1 suppliers. This is one area we have to work at. In terms of tier 2 suppliers, Egypt at 96, Morocco at 93, and South Africa at 483. So essentially, we do need to work together to boost the feeding industry in this market, and we do need to work at growing and the local production in this country. I think the next table clearly shows the opportunity that we believe we need to realize as Nissan in Egypt. This is over a period of 20 years. We can see that India's production, these in developing markets, India's production has grown from below 1 million to over 5 million. Iran has grown up to 2 million. Turkey is now at 1.5 million. Iran's at 1 million. Turkey is 1.5. South Africa's at 600,000. Morocco at 400. And Egypt is still staying down at below 94. It's an opportunity that I think we really need to find a way to work together to ensure that we can realize that potential. Let me share the South African example of what can be done when all stakeholders in the industry, that's government, industry, suppliers, and labor, work together to see and work and put aside their individual priorities and objectives and identify what is good for the country and what is good for Egypt.